Hello, my friends. Did you miss me? I know, I've been busy. You know why? Change of seasons around here. Had to change the decorations because now it's fall. Had to change out the wardrobe because now it's fall. But you know what? I don't consider that a bad thing because you know why? Fall clothes hide all the bads. Yeah, seriously, I can eat so much more in the fall and winter. I'm so grateful they put Thanksgiving and Christmas at winter time because I have clothes that'll cover all that extra poundage. Yeah, seriously. You know, a good scarf covers all the little extra chins that you gain throughout the winter. A nice drapey kimono gives you a nice vertical line, and it's like, have you lost weight? I'm like, nope, I just had a drumstick at Thanksgiving. So yeah, so I've got my fall clothes out now, and I'm ready to strap on the old feed bag and add on my winter, keeping my warm layers. And so, yeah, I've been getting all that done. But then in the meantime, I've had some of you say, hey, how do you do your makeup? It just looks flawless. And I'm like, well, isn't that a magic trick? And so I decided, hey, I'm going to show you my magic tricks to cover a flawed, over 40, fluffy face. Huh, there's my title. Okay, if you notice, I'm highly freckled. I've got some little extra padding here, and I also have rosacea. You won't see any of that when we're done, you know? But here's the thing. I kind of like my cheeks a little chubbier because fat don't crack. Yeah, chubby faces, less wrinkles because I just fill in all the cracks. So yeah, you know, no offense to my skinny friends. You stay skinny. You be you. You be you, doll. I be me. I just am like, I look a little bit better with a little puffiness. Pre or post food puffiness. Not like, oh, I need cucumbers on my eyes. Not that kind of puffiness. Okay. So here's what we're going to do today. For years, I've used Clinique. Okay. It's great because the dermatologist told me it helps with rosacea and I love it. It's real lightweight, it stays on really good, and it's really highly pigmented. But this year I found this. Bye somebody. I get it at Ulta. It's not that bad, but you know what? This stuff, I'm telling you what, you could spackle a house with it and it would cover anything. I mean, termite damage, just slap this over, ta-da! It's a done deal. So this is how we get started. We're going to create a blank canvas. So as an artist, I can go in and paint a whole new picture. Not this thing, but I'm going to look like Cindy Crawford when I'm done. You watch and see. Okay. So first thing I do is I put a little bit, and then I just dab a little of that off. And then I like to do my eyes first because I use a brush to put on my makeup, and then I'm going to take that off and put that on my eye. See, I spread that out that way. Because if I put a big glop on all day long, I feel like I'm doing this. There's something in my eye. What is it? Why is everything so blurry? Well, it's because I got foundation in my eyelids because I squish so much in there. So I use a very little bit on my actual eyelids. That's why I put it there. That's my artist palette. You know, like Bob Ross, he has the little wooden thing that this is my palette. But anyway, so I put a little bit on my eyes because I need that instead of primer. Primer didn't work for me. It does for a lot of people, and people swear by it. And I say, once again, you be you. But it didn't work for me. And so this is my way of priming. Just a little bit, and then I rub it in real good. And I close my eyes tight. Not too tight because I don't want it to crease in the wrinkles. But that way it doesn't get on my eyeballs. And then I need windshield wipers. Okay. Now, then I'm doing the old polka dot. Here we go. I'm just a squirting. Here, look. Squirt on my finger. And I put it everywhere. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, I already look better, don't I? No. Okay, something else I swear by is a makeup brush. I have round, I have angled, I have all kinds of stuff. Because when you put it on with your face, I feel like I was wiping more off than I was applying. And so I switched to the makeup sponge, and I used them for years. But once again, I felt like I was losing more than I was using. So I get me a brush, and then looky here. You can already see the change. I think it's it. Bye found it. Oh, it is it. Oh, look, there you go. See? I thought it was it. It's it. It's it. And then you just swirl it around. Now, here's the deal. You don't want your makeup you want it to be, everyone to think you're naturally perfected. So you got to make sure I use the brush and I just kind of flick it up into my hair. You don't rub it into your hair because then everybody's like, why is your hair flesh colored? You don't want flesh colored hair. And so I get real close. Typically, I don't have on earrings. I did that for you guys. Do you like them? Yeah. I typically don't have on earrings, so I can just get up in there like this and, get the nose holes. And then, once again, do you see? I have what I'm going to call a chin drop off, not a double chin. It's just a chin ridge. Get your chin ridge, because if not, that part will be lighter. This is all about the camouflage. Okay. So then because I do have rosacea, I don't rub it through here. I more dot it. And that way it leaves even more product in that area. And on some days, if I'm really red, I'll put another little squirt, just a tiny drop on my brush, and then just go back over, because that foundation is really good at layering, and you can add a little bit more opaqueness to it. But today, we're looking good. Okay, so make sure you get it all around so you don't have any glowy parts. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. Next thing I like to do is blush. You're going to go, well, that's an odd way. Trust me, for those of us with cheeks, follow my lead. Okay. Today we're using some Maybelline Fit Me because I have found it has the best colors. You can pick and choose. And because I live in the Midwest, in the spring, I'm pale as a ghost. Then in the summer, I'm as tan as toast. That rhymes. Pale as a ghost, tan as toast. Yeah. And now in the fall, I'm starting to lose. I'm more beige. And then in the winter, I'm transparent. So this I can mix and match and go with all different shades. Okay. I carry this little brush in my purse because it fits perfectly in my makeup bag. So I use a little fluffy brush to put on my blush. Okay, now here's the deal. My fullness is through here. What I'm going to do is I want to add color to distract from here. So if you put it on the apples of your cheeks, that's great. But if you have a little bit more fullness, fluffiness, if you pull it up, it draws the eye upward, which gives you a more look than a... How's that for graphic? Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to put it on. I start up here and then I come down so that way I don't have just a big glop here. And I put a little, sometimes I go in for a little bit more. And where, if you suck in your cheek, that's where I draw my line. Okay, some people love contouring. I can't do it. Obviously, as I stated before, I have a lot of freckles. And if I do a lot of contouring, because you're layering makeup, it will show there's no freckles there, but then the rest of me is, so it looks really artificial. So for us freckled folk, here's the way to get contouring without adding a lot of heavy makeup. Okay, so let's do this side, little smile, so I know where my crease is. I come up here, and then I come down a little bit more. Okay, and then I'll even take the edge of my brush and kind of define even the lower part of my my smiley parts. That almost sounds naughty. I don't know, smiley part. Well, I'm gonna go with my smiley parts. Okay, ta-da! All right, then I have what they call a hooded eyelid, and it means that if you can see that my eyelids, I guess I got fat eyelids. Even my eyelids are chubby. And so because of that, they want to hang over a little bit. But anywhere light reflects, it's going to come forward in a person's view. Anything dark recesses. So what I like to do is recess my hooded eyelids. Well, once again, I'm going to put on some eyeshadow here in a little bit, which is going to help a lot. But I always take what's left on my blush brush and give it a little ta-da. And then it already recesses them a little bit. So there's that. Okay, so next thing I do is we are going to do our eyeshadow. Okay, today's palette is my favorite go-to palette, which is hilarious. I'll show you one day, I'll take you on a tour through my makeup drawers, plural. Makeup is my fun play toy. I'm like an artist and those are my creative sources, okay? But one of my favorite go-to palettes is, once again, Ulta. It's this one, Matte Neutrals. Okay, because of the chubby eyelids, anything glittery particular now that I'm, of a more mature age, anything glittery almost draws attention to that and makes my eyelids look crepey. You don't want to look crepey because it looks crappy. Don't want crepey. And so I'm sorry if that offended anyone. I like more of the matte on my eyes, not on my lips. Got to have juicy lips. We'll get to that later. And so I use matte. Okay, I love this palette so much, and I have certain ones that I use so often that I went back when they had a sale and I bought 2 more palettes just to have available so I didn't run out in case they changed it. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go, today I'm wearing, oh, that's another thing I wanted to tell you. I was a hairdresser for years and we learned all about the color wheel and blah, blah, blah. I am really, really big on if I'm wearing cool colors, I wear cool makeup. If I'm wearing warmer colors, I have warmer makeup. Now here's something. I always do my makeup with my hair in a towel because if not, my hair gets in my makeup and if I have my bangs curled, then I have to lift them to get it. I just say, clean palette, let's go. And so today I'm wearing gray, and so this is my cooler color, so I'm going with a cooler color palette. My hair is red naturally, and because of the reds, I can go in the pinks or I can go in the more oranges and browns. And so I can go plum, I can go, whatever. And so today, we're going cool because we cool today. Why? All right, so we're going with a little pink. Okay, we're going to go on the eyelid. And that's another thing for hooded eyes. If you really emphasize the eyelid, because that's the part that's hidden by the eyelid, the part between the eyebrow and the crease. Let's just go technical here. But if you really emphasize the eyelid itself up to the crease, that kind of helps because remember, lighter colors is going to bring it forward. And so it will make your eyes look a little bit bigger. Okay, so make sure you get it all the way over to the edge and you just tap that in. Okay, then, oh look, see there's another reason you put on a towel. Ta-da, clean brush, start over. Okay, I'm going with a mid color here. I should have brought one of my new palettes out. I swear I have, yeah, but that's how much I love it. Okay, so we're gonna go with a kind of a lighter plum here today. And we're going to, now, do you see here how my eyelids have a natural hood? That's why they call it a hood. And so what I'm gonna do is I want to darken that to kind of make it almost natural. I just follow the line that my plus size body likes to have. And I just follow it and I just fill it in, making sure I stay above that crease because I want my eyelid to appear bigger instead of smaller. All right, so then we put that on the other eye the same way. And you just pull it over. I'm not putting much emphasis on the corners here, or is that the outer corner? Yeah, the outer corner here, because I got another trick for you in a minute. But then you just kind of blend it all in. All right, see, blended, okay. Now I'm going with the darker shade, and sometimes I even throw in a little of this in the fall. And so I love to mix colors. So I put a little bit of the plum and dot, 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 just a little of that, just for grins and giggles. Okay, now, I want to keep a tight crease here. I want a specific line here because once again, because I do have a lot of round edges. No, round don't have edges. A lot of round angles. I'm round. I'm a series of circles. But if I create some angles, it confuses the eye. So let's create us an angle. Look at this. I've got a brush and it's really pretty flat. And so it's excellent at getting in and defining exactly what you want. Okay, so here we go. We're creating a line, and then I want the darkest part out here, and then I'm just gonna barely pull it in. Just barely pull it in. Not all the way over to the corner, okay? Put a little bit more. All right, same line, and then barely pull it in, staying above the crease. Okay, here's something else I like to do. I like to give it a little V because it makes my eyes look sultry. Okay, so a little bit, do you see where I'm putting that right there on the eyelid? Just to kind of give it a a little bit of a V. And that way, first of all, it does make the eyes look a little more, like I said, sultry. I don't know what other word would be more appropriate. But it also makes your eyelashes look thicker because there's some darkness behind it. Okay. All right. So now we've got that. But we don't want to go off looking like a hoochie. So we're going to use a little soft, this one's really soft, little blending brush. And what we're going to do is, I don't want to push anything forward because I'm trying to keep that eyelid light, but I want to carefully just smudge this out a little bit so that I don't look like a 80s video queen. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen hair bands. Don't judge. Okay, so we're smudging, a little bit of a smudge. And if you go, oh, these lines up here, you just take a gentle, because you don't, gentle, you don't want to wipe off that eye or the makeup that you put there, and a little gentleness. Perfect. Okay, next we're going to do the eyebrows. The eyebrows. Here's a trick. Okay, I can't do a real defined eyebrow. I swear every time I look in the mirror, I scare myself. I'm like, what are those things? Oh, they're your eyebrows. But if you noticed, when I put on my makeup, it really did cover a lot of my eyebrows. And so I need more definition than what I have. Have y'all seen this stuff? It is called Tinted Brow Gel. Seriously, you guys, look at this. Okay. It's just like a makeup wand or a mascara wand. It's got a shorter side and a longer side. It's just like mascara. You find the color that most matches your hair. Watch this. Okay, look at how subtle this is. I'm just going to go. I'll do one eyebrow and then I'll show you the difference. I know that as we get older, our eyebrows want to thin, but this gives it just enough definition that you can't really tell. And, they always say, eyebrows are not identical twins. They are unique individuals. Let them be them. No, I like my eyebrows to match, because if not all day I look like I'm confused. And so I work really hard. And with the end of this brush, did you see here? Look, if I don't like that it's not going, I can give it a little extra heaviness and it'll darken that area, which will give it a good lift. Because by nature, I don't have a good arch. I do when I'm faking it with my fake eyebrow gel mascara. What? Okay. See how much darker that is? Yeah. It's just enough that my eyebrows are now framing my face without being, hey eyebrows. Okay. Let me slap on this other one. Slap it on. Okay. I also, on days that I'm really trying to be subtle, I also have a spoolie. Do you know what a spoolie is? I'll show you here in just a second. And I can take that spoolie, and after my eyebrows have dried with this gel, I can really brush through it and it softens it even more. It's hardly noticeable other than your eyebrows. You can now see them. They haven't disappeared. So, okay. Look at that. I can see. All right. This is a spoolie. Do you see this? So I'm going to leave it on today because I want a little more defined eyebrow. But on the days that you just want to be a little subtle, and this is particularly good for people with really light eyebrows. After it dries, you just brush through it and it's just, you go, wow, that is so subtle. Okay. Next, we're going to go to, this is my magic secret. Okay. Contour, or is it contour? Highlighter. What is it called? Yeah, highlighting contour. Well, there you go. This is Clinique's. I swear by theirs. Theirs is my absolute favorite, and I've tried others. A lot of them make me too disco-y. And I'm all glittery, or it's so chalky white that I look like I'm from the 60s, and no. This one, they color match, and then it is, I always say, one shade lighter than your foundation. That way it's subtle enough that it can give you a little definition to what you're trying to do. But anything more than that, it looks a little chalky, and then you look like you're trying too hard. Let's just admit it, girls. Your makeup should not look like you're trying so hard. It should just say, dang, you best you. Okay, so being my best me, I don't have a lot of dark circles. Thank goodness I have other issues, but we've all got our thing. But I have these, remember? the jowls, which sounds really tacky, but they are. I've lived with them and I love them. I love my jowls. So, but here's the deal. Light brings it forward, causing darker things to disappear. I want less attention here, but if it's the same color as here, the eye is drawn equally. Not with this. Watch this. Okay. We're going to just put some dots here. All right. All right. Then I'm going to take a little spongy, and for the record, I carry a tiny spongy in my purse because sometimes my eyeliner might migrate down, and then that little sponge, I can just tap the area where it does, and ta-da, look fresh as a daisy. Okay, so you're going to take this. Now, don't go up onto the nose because I don't want my nose to look bigger, but I want my cheeks because when the light hits, if it's hitting on the top of your cheeks, it makes you look like you have really defined cheekbones. So what I'm doing is creating what looks like light glistening off of my high cheekbones, which, by the way, I have no cheekbones, but I'm about to create me some. Okay, so you just dot, 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 because you don't want to rub, because you don't need to cut off your makeup or wipe it off. But look, don't forget, you want to keep that sharp line because you're giving yourself an angle. All right, here we go. And then I bring it down just a little bit so that it looks as if I have, look, girl, I am cheekbones for days. All right. And then into the crack. Now, once again, I've learned from my mistakes. Hear me. Learn from my mistakes. Don't get too far in because then you wipe off your eyeshadow and you got to start over. But, you got an angled brush, you can do that. Okay. Get all the way up because if you don't get up to the eyelashes, then it looks like a rabbit. You know how rabbits have those pink eyes? Yeah. Is that graphic enough for you? Okay. Remember, getting my cheekbone. Look, and if you need to smile, you can even smile and see where the light is actually hitting, and you can even emphasize that area if you'd like. All right, a little bit of that. Okay, now I'm going to do this on purpose so you can see. Oh no, look, I came so far down. Now when I smile, do you see? The light isn't on top of my high cheekbones. It's now down below it. No. Now it looks like you're faking it. We're going natural beauty with all this makeup. Okay, you can take your blush brush and just fill back in that the parts where think of if your face was in angles. Your cheekbones are like this, and then your face drops down. Okay, so where the light stops hitting, that's where you're going to have your blush. Okay, look at that. Now, when you see me, what do you see? Go ahead. Tell me the words. I know. I know. But it makes this part suddenly disappear. I'm not even going to charge you for these tips. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Preach it. I'm telling you the truth. Okay. Eyeliner is, I've been using this Sex Kitten eyeliner. I don't know that I love it, but I like it. It goes on really, really easy, and there's no tugging and no pulling. But it does like to kind of melt a little bit throughout the day. I've had better that didn't do that, but it was like you're putting it on here like, ugh, it's almost like you were tattooing. So, this works good because it goes on well, but throughout the day you may have to refresh it. Okay, now I'm wanting this part of my face because if you look, I'm narrow here and wide here. So I'm wanting you to see visually more length up here to make this part look smaller. All kinds of secrets. Okay, I like a little bit of a wing. So I go into my crease of my eye and I pull it out. Do you see that? Okay. All right. Then I'm going to put the emphasis on my eyeliner at the last third of my eye out, and then I only go in 2/3 of the way. Yeah, because here's why. If you get too much, your eyes get small. So I'm wanting to open up my eyes so they appear bigger, thus the cheeks appearing smaller. Okay, so what I do is I create a little V. Can you see me good? I create a little V and then I fill it in. I took it to the edge of where my little wing was, and then I just barely come in about 2/3 of the way. Shh, I can't talk and draw at the same time. Okay, do you see? Look at that. Now look how much bigger that eye looks. See? It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, let's do this one. All right, you can see this one a little bit better. We're going to come out with our little line. We're going to create a little V. Fill in our V. And then barely bring it over to about 2/3 of the way. Okay. Everything else that I've done today, if you go down a little bit, that's the good thing about this one here. It's the benefit. It stays on soft. And so if you do get down below the crease, you can just take your fingernail and it'll just smear it right back up there. And then, because that's another thing. As we get older, our face gravity does a nasty job at bringing us down. And so we're going to say, not today, gravity, back it off, up, up, up. And so everything that we do, we want to bring emphasis to the up. And so like, I'm not going to put anything down below because it'll close my eyes. It'll make them smaller. And I should actually probably do one. Maybe I'll tell you what, another video, I'll do one side of my face things you shouldn't do and the other things you should do. But if you do a lot of work down here, it'll kind of close your eyes. So we don't want our eyes closed. We want to walk into the world with our eyes wide open. Okay, so, and this is what I always do on this part. Because here's why. You need to step back after you put on your eyeliner, because if you have more on one side than the other throughout the day, you kind of look a little cockeyed. Is that a bad? I don't know. I'm going to have to define that. You look a little lopsided. Let's go that route. So, mascara, it's getting harder to find. I don't know why they don't promote this more. CoverGirl has a washable waterproof. If you watched my purse video, you'll know I swear by this. It goes on, stays on all day, never flakes, never runs. I've been to movies where I've cried my eyes out. I walk out looking good, where other people look like, they're the Joker. It's just like everything's all smeary and runny. Or Alice Cooper, there's another good analogy. And so I like to be able to remove my mascara myself without, have you ever had some of that mascara that you have to, like get a sandblaster to get it off every night? No, because here's why. All that pulling and tugging, you're pulling out the little hairs. And then the next thing you know, you're 70 years old and you go, I don't have any eyelashes. Careful when removing your makeup. Don't pull off the little eyelashes. Okay, so it just comes off with soap and water. It's super simple. And I found out part of it is because of the warmth. And so if you use warm water to remove it, lickety split. Okay. All right, here's the deal. I don't use fake lashes. No other reason than I can't ever get them on right. They always look like, did you see that thing where Carol Burnett came down the steps and she was like this and her eyelashes were like stuck about 1/4 of an inch above her real eyelashes? I don't know. That's the way I always look. So, but I've learned a trick. First of all, a makeup technician said, people go, what's the best mascara to use to make my eyes look a lot bigger and longer? He said, it doesn't matter what kind, it matters how old the mascara is. He said, never, ever, ever go more than 3 months on a tube of mascara. And he said, if you always use fresh mascara, you'll always have your longest lashes. Also free tip. Okay, so I run my little mascara around my eyelashes. And here's the deal. Make sure you get the corner, because once again, I'm trying to emphasize this part of the old eyeballs. All right, now watch. Now putting the lid on, setting it down for a second. Here's why. It gets a little gummy. Okay, watch this. All right. While that's doing that, I'm pulling out the old lip pencil. I didn't use lip pencils for years. Biggest regret. Because it really does keep your lipstick from running, if you've got any kind of wrinkles. Once again, I try to keep mine filled in by eating chocolate. But a lot of people struggle, I get it. And so use a lip pencil. I promise you, it's going to keep your lipstick. There's nothing worse than taking a picture, which I've done, and you have these lines of lipstick where it's crawled out. So lip pencil protects you. All right, just follow the old line. Okay, here we go. Now, some people like to go a little above. I kind of don't need to, but if you do that, don't go too far above. Because as the day, if your lipstick starts to wear off, it's like, why is that line way up there? Were you trying to draw on a mustache? Okay, hold on. Na, 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 na. All right, another trick. Lip pencil stays on so much better than lipstick. So I always give it, I drew my line on, do you see? And then I don't fill in, but I come up, I'd say double. Okay, see? That helps hold on your lipstick. Okay, now that's applied, another layer of mascara. All right, don't wait too long because it'll start to dry and then they don't want to move. But if you wait till they're just a little bit gummy and then you press them up with your mascara brush, look at the difference. Can you see? I'm looking at the sky, I can't tell. I'm hoping you can see the difference. Okay, so now I'm going to press this one up. You put on a layer and you're getting it good and saturated and gooey. Make sure you get those corners. All right, then you press. Now when you press at the bottom where they're attached to the old eyeball. Or no, not eyeball. The squishy part, your lid. And you press, but don't press too far the top part because then it gets on your eyeshadow and then you get frustrated. But if you take a tiny little brush, like I've got these little skinny ones, little skinny brush. If you do get eyeshadow or if anything rubs down on that highlighted part we want, you can tap right in there and not mess up the world. Okay, we're coming to a close. All right, the eyes are done. And look, because there is no, nothing down here, my eyes appear bigger. Whereas if I put a mascara or eyeliner, it really puts a ledge there and kind of closes my eyes personally. All righty. So we have on our lip liner. Now we're going to put on our lick stick. That's what my daughter used to call it when she was little. Lick stick. So, all right. Fill in. Oh man, I love this lipstick, you guys. First of all, it smells delicious. I don't even know what it is, but it's really emollient, really soft on your lips. When you put it on, it's real buttery. It's buxom. We've got buxom and sex kitten, so you know there's that. Buxom, and this shade is sultry mauve. Okay, here's what's funny. I have never really paid attention to what my things are called. And today I feel like I need repentance. I didn't realize how much of my makeup was so. Okay. Then I am notorious because I believe that you need a pouty lip to be able to, hold on. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Don't leave me. All right, here's what I was looking for. I had this, but I think I wanted lip gloss today. This is Lorac, which sounds like a Dr. Seuss character. Okay. Even though it's really light, if you put it in the center here and then here, make sure you rub it in because you don't want, once again, subtlety. So it looks like you're naturally that gorgeous. Okay. And then what it does is it brings out your pout. So then your lips look fuller. Once again, the light brings it out. So what do you think? Yeah. All smoke and mirrors, guys. All smoke and mirrors. I'm a natural beauty. I'm just $400 into it. All right. I've taken enough of your time. I hope you learned something. Go out there and present your best face. Whether you've got makeup on or not, go be you. That's what we really want to see. Mwah! Love you guys. See you soon.